Dan, is there anything you would like to say?
No.
You have nothing prepared? Okay, cool. Hi, guys. Welcome to World's Worst Adventures
Hashtag pro streamer.
featuring World's Worst Streamers.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not streaming.
yeah. So, Gavi's not going to be with us tonight. He had other engagements. We do, however, have a Mumbles. Say hi, Mumbles.
Yay!
No, I waited like I wasn't like it was someone else.
So, so, we have a bit of a surprise intro for you guys featuring Gavi, as this was his week to do the recap. So he did us a little recording. We haven't listened to it
None
yet.
of us have listened to this.
We're all in for a surprise. His first take on it was really amazing.
It was great.
But it wasn't what I asked for. So
We
he
will
redid
include it at the end of this video if you're watching on YouTube.
So take it away, Gavi, I guess.
From the diary of Jerek Hilgraeth. Having come into possession of a rather strange artifact, I left behind my family and everything else in the port city of Nicodranas, where I made my home, and traveled north to the area of Hupperduk, where I had heard that perhaps this artifact had originated from. I seek its properties and its history so that I might better understand it. Along the way, I encountered a rather odd person who mentioned to me something about this patron deity Sibylna or something. I didn't pay much attention to it, but along the way I encountered a fair, very odd thing, a very out-of-place sort of gathering of all manner of different peoples and folk, I suppose. Approaching the gate, I was surprised to find that someone there had already purchased a ticket for me. I had never been to a fair before, by my recollection, and certainly never been to this one, and so it was rather odd and out of place that I would have a ticket reserved in my name, and not just myself, but also several others who happened by some strange coincidence to arrive at the same time I did. All of us entered the fair at the same time and went in, and having no other greater purpose but having some sort of strange draw to the place, we set about searching it or engaging in it. One of the members, a cat-ish fellow, said that he wanted to ride the giant dragonflies, and so we wandered over there, and in the midst of it there was this commotion and a scuffle. A dwarf was nearly killed. I saw in the confusion a hooded figure running away. Perhaps it was someone who was connected, and so I chased after the hooded figure and caught up with them on the other side of the fair. It ended up being a small kenku. Very odd that they were so chatty as they were. They had a command of the language which is not typical of their species, of their kind. And they spoke to me, and they told me that they were intentionally causing problems. They didn't mean necessarily for anyone to be hurt, but they had to do something because they found themselves also in connection with this before-mentioned Sibylna character. Apparently, not only were they the patron of this person I'd met along the way, but also of this Kenku. Apparently, Sibylna is incredibly powerful to have so many vassals. And apparently even more so than that, because they were the patron of the very fair itself that I found myself in. I wasn't sure what to make of it. Wasn't sure why I should bother, but something told me that there was a value to my participation in trying to right the wrongs of this fair. Apparently, Sibylna had lost contact or been drawn out of something that disappeared. No one could find her. Lost somewhere in the Feywild, as apparently this fair was connected to. I was compelled, I suppose, to try and figure it out. I rejoined the two people who I had entered the fair with and relayed all this information to them, and we spent the next several hours wandering about trying to find some clue, and were only able to determine that there was in fact something going on. As the fair drew to its midpoint, we all gathered in the big top and prepared to try and sneak into the snaff area. Of course, we were just about to succeed, I believe. We had disguised ourselves as cast members and were about to enter in when we turned a corner and found ourselves face to face with the owners of the fair. And not just them, but also face to face with a bugbear who the cat had disguised himself as. Oh, this cannot go well.
That's it.
Alrighty then. That was a lot
Dang.
longer than I was anticipating. Lots of detail.
This
lots
is
of good
Gavi you're
information
talking
there.
about. I don't know why that was
That's
longer.
fair. That's fair. I think I'm more surprised that I was surprised. So yeah,
I tried to help it along.
I noticed that. Yes. But yeah, that was the perfect recap. So no need to go any further there. So with the three of you standing there, face to face almost, with the proprietors of this here establishment, we flash back a little bit, 4 hours or so, maybe a little less than that, to a strange creature, humanoid thing
Hmm.
who has walked up to the ticket booth. Mr. Trith? Trith?
Trith.
Trith. Mr. Trith, please describe your character for the audience.
Yeah, so Trith is a Githyanki. He is, I guess, dressed in the traditional clothing of his people, this sort of tight-fitting sort of tunic. What would look to be like leather bracers, but they're not armored at all. Purely decorative, very sort of traditional pants. He is a wizard, which you would notice by the spell book that he carries. He's very short, very, very, very short. Under 5 feet, and very thin. Would not be the traditional height for someone of his race, though you probably have not encountered very many Githyanki in your time, should you see him. He does sort of carry himself in a very confident way, shoulders back, chin up, head mostly bald. He seems very, what's the word I would look for? Looks like he takes himself very seriously, not just in the way that he walks and presents himself. And so that is Trith.
Alrighty then.
Mhm.
Flashing back a bit to your past that's a little fuzzy for you, you remember your home and where you were from, but you don't really recall how you ended up here in Exandria. This place seems familiar, but you can't pinpoint why. All you know is that you've stumbled into this world and were surrounded by many fantastical things. What inside of this carnival caught your eye?
Um, that is a great question. I think for me, I would have been really drawn to the mystery of it all. Not having maybe the clearest memories of things.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely go to anywhere and any place marked such as like the Hall of Illusions. I can't possibly tell you how interested I would be in something like that.
Alrighty then. So you find yourself standing outside of the Hall of Illusions. There is a mime standing in front of it, directing people in, punching their tickets, and directing them through the Hall of Illusions. You hear him say, "Welcome, one and all. It's glorious to see you. Come on in." and punches their tickets as they lead in. You do notice that you do not have a ticket on you, and you notice that other people are wearing fairy-like wings that you yourself do not have. Still getting your bearings as to where you found yourself in this unfamiliar space, a strange girl wearing a pig mask runs into you, knocking you on the ground. And when you stand back up, the girl is gone. The world looks strangely different, and an old hound dog approaches you and scoops you up between your legs. Come on, little one, he says. It looks like you've gotten a little lost and haven't got a ticket. Let's see if we can't get you one of those at the ticket booth. As the dog meanders you towards the front of the fair, the memory fades and you find yourself standing at the entrance of the carnival with no memory of what happened that night. Only what you've lost, and that this is where you've lost it. So as you're standing there, gazing upon what is to come in this area, you see a small goblin in the ticket booth, and he kind of peeks up over at you. Are you Trith? Am I saying that right?
Yes, and that's me.
Oh, fantastic! Your friends are already inside, but I'm sure you can catch up to them. And he reaches over and hands you a ticket. Go ahead.
My friends. I'll take.
Oh yes, the other three are already inside. They looked as confused as you do right now, but the tickets were purchased for you as a group, so maybe you can find them. Here, you'll want these, and he reaches back on a small table and grabs a set of fairy wings and hands them to you. You'll need to wear these at all times, just to let the people know inside that you, in fact, have purchased your ticket.
That's not a joke. I have to wear those. That's really the wings. Fine, I'll take them. I'll snatch them and put them on, begrudgingly.
Very well. You may enter now. As you walk in, you see the carnival has already begun. You arrived a little bit later than the immediate rush of the crowd. You see a tall tree walking away that looked like he had been giving out gifts, but that time is now past. There is a large sign pointing at where you currently are, which is right here. I don't know if you can see that. Right beside the ticket booth.
Okay, right beside the ticket.
It tells you that you're right here beside the ticket booth and all of the attractions that are here for your perusing. Does anything catch your eye that you would want to go towards?
Right here around the ticket booth.
Well, there's a map beside the ticket booth that shows you everything. Yeah. So you see this map on the.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, close by, this bubble pop teapot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to go there?
Yeah.
All right. So you meander over that way, and you see a 20-foot tall teapot resting on a wooden platform. Its painted surface whirling with moving imagery and flying dragons, breathing streams of bubbles. A door at the base of the teapot allows entry to its interior. Those who enter emerge from the spout enclosed in a bubble that detaches to float off across the carnival. 7 goblins sit around the platform sipping tea from mismatched porcelain cups. Come right this way. Come right this way. 1 ticket punch per ride. 1 ticket punch per ride.
Oh, all right. I will present my ticket card for a punch.
Oh, here for the toil and trouble, are we?
Perhaps out of everything that I could spot, this looked the most interesting, especially the bubbles. How does that work? Do you know the mechanism behind that?
Oh, well, all you do is you step inside the gnarly tree knot, and it'll take you up, put you in a bubble, and you will float out over the carnival.
I have to ask, have you ever had the bubble pop while
Uh,
someone is floating kind of up there?
the toil and trouble does pop occasionally, but you float harmlessly to the surface below.
Ah, good. That takes care of any concerns I might have had.
All right. Um, so you enter the teapot, and he closes the door behind you, and it's very dark on the interior, and you feel uh, something form around you, and you kind of feel like you're moving up, and then all of a sudden there's a bright light that happens up at the top, and you pop out the top, and you are now floating over the carnival inside of a giant bubble. You feel like you're walking on a solid surface, but the bubble is surround you is waving and gleaming in the light of the stars.
Huh. That is a neat trick.
So would you like to try and control where this bubble goes?
Um, do I feel like if I don't exert any sort of control that it sort of has like a mind of its own, or
Uh,
would there be any
so
reason to be
if
compelled
you
to?
if you don't try to do anything, it just kind of hovers over the top of the teapot,
Ah, okay.
and you can see other patrons that are up in their own bubbles are kind of like pressing up against a way, and the way they're pressing it kind of slowly drifts in that direction.
Kind of like a very inefficient hamster bubble.
Very much so, yes. So, what would you like to do?
Um, yeah, I'll sort of push around, and so leaving this bubble pop teapot will work like try and work my way sort of floating counterclockwise around. So like Hall of Illusions, and then towards this area that would be like the snail racing, and sort of around, going counterclockwise around to see like this edge
Okay, give me an acrobatics check to see if you can maneuver the bubble.
here. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you have absolutely no problem doing this. You look like you've been in a hamster wheel your entire life. The
I'm the
bubble
right
just
size for it.
the bubble just goes wherever you want it to.
Okay.
So you start hovering around and over the Hall of Illusions. You see a mime there punching tickets and letting people in. Uh, you start hovering around the snail racing. You see these snails look a lot faster than they actually than normal snails would be. Um, that kind of piques your interest a little bit. But roll me a
Definitely.
perception check to see what else you can see.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, perception. Yikes. Wisdom skills. Oh no. I'm I'm really just interested in the snail racing.
Yeah,
Mm.
super
Uh,
interested in the snow racing.
yeah, I feel like for some reason that I can't take my eyes off it. It's kind of like a train wreck with shells, and I just can't look away.
Yeah. You definitely see some snails moving a lot faster than you would expect. Uh, at
Rather large snails,
random
like
points, one of them stops in the middle of the track, just starts munching on some grass. Um, but for some reason, you're just super into watching these snails, and nothing else has got your attention right now.
my inner third here loves NASCAR. That's what he does. from a different character.
Uh,
Yeah.
all right. So do you continue floating there over the snails, or do you maneuver further?
Yeah, actually, with that and giving how interesting it looks and how well I've sort of manipulated this bubble to get over here, I wonder if I could just pop it and float down harmlessly to the snail racing.
Absolutely. So you pop that bubble and you feel yourself drop suddenly, but then you just start floating harmlessly to the ground. Uh, After a few moments, you find yourself firm footed on the ground once again, and it looks like they are setting up for another race.
Oh yeah, I want to go and check that out.
Okay. So you see two goblins up in a call box, and they seem to be making commentary on the race that had happened beforehand. Uh, but they see you approaching and call out, "Hey, you! You're gonna be part of our next race?"
Um, I feel like I would like to. Maybe just need to know. kind of-
Fantastic! Go over there and see Gertrude. She'll get you a ticket punched, and we'll get you a snail.
Gertrude, right? Yep, on my way now. I'll go find Gertrude.
So you start walking over, having absolutely no idea who this Gertrude person is. But somebody eventually finds you and kind of assumes that this is what you're here for. You're for the snail racing, yes?
Yes, I'm looking for a Gertrude to get me set
Yes,
up.
yes, that is me. I will. Your ticket. So I can punch it.
Oh yes, of course. Here.
Yes, okay. She takes your ticket and punches it in. Um, okay. You're going to be with. Roll me a d8.
Wow, that's a strange name for a snail. This is like Kentucky Derby names.
Kuya sent me a list, so
Let's see, just a D8.
it's a
Almost-
throwback for a lot of people.
Almost wore my
nobody knows who
Kuya
that guy
shirt
is
today.
anymore. She says, "You're going to be right here." That was the wrong voice. You're going to be right here with Breakneck. He is the one with the red coloration on him. Just become familiar with him, and we'll get started shortly.
Familiar, right, with a snail.
Yes.
I'll walk up to the red colored snail named Breakneck. And
Breakneck
become
indeed.
familiar with him.
So you let's see if I have a. Yeah. So you find yourselves over with Breakneck, the giant snail, and you see several other people come around. There are 8 snails that are being prepared by a group of pixies. They're going around and scrubbing their shells, making sure they're clean, making sure they're fed, because in the last race there was a mishap where one of the snails just stopped to eat for some reason. Yeah, they get all the prep done and get all the people lined up, and let's start some snail racing. So what I'm going to have you do is roll me an animal handling check.
Oh, that holy smokes! So the snails are large.
They are large, yes.
Okay, gotcha. I'm definitely in on this now. That dragon rider blood has to come out. Okay, so now what would you like me to do?
Roll animal handling.
Oh, crap.
And just for expediency, roll it 3 times for me, and then I'll just narrate what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Animal handling. Animal
Ho,
handling.
ho, ho!
That's okay. It's a mixed bag.
Okay. Roll me another d20.
Absolutely.
And Francis and Mitt, just to get you guys in on the action, could you each roll me a d8?
Mm-hmm. I rolled an 8.
Alrighty. Uh, and
Hopefully, I make him lose like I made everyone else lose.
all right. So the race begins, and just like you saw from up above, these snails are fast. They are moving at a speed of 80 feet per round. With your natural 20, you take off and gain an early lead ahead of everybody else. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you're a good 30 feet ahead of everybody. Round two comes, and you start slowing down a little bit. But luckily, the runner up, somebody throws a cabbage at it, and the snail stops to eat the head of cabbage. So you still have the lead by about 10 feet.
Okay.
Third round comes around, and you are able to keep your lead as the person behind you who was doing well and starting to gain on you, their saddle breaks loose and they fall off, and the snail comes to a screeching halt, and you make it across the finish line. And the entire time, the crowd's going crazy. The announcers and the goblins announcers in the booth. Did you see it, folks? It was a little bit of a hectic run there, but we finally got through, and we have our victor. What is your name, sir?
Trith.
Trith, well, come on down and grab your prize.
Okay. What's the prize?
So you walk up, and one of the goblins, he puts a little vial in a cart and slowly ropes it down to you. And as it gets closer, you take it out, and there's a vial, and it has a little tag on it, and it says "Potion of Advantage."
Ooh. Okay.
Um, and as you can read on the tag, whenever you drink this potion, you gain advantage on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your choice within the next hour after drinking the potion.
Yes.
The potion takes the form of a sparkling golden mist, and it moves like and pours like water.
All right.
Alrighty. So
Inside
having
I'm
floated on a bubble and landing and winning the snail race, what is it you would like to do next?
I would like to walk around and see if I can figure out where the heck my friends are. These friends that I have that I know nothing about, but that I was told about to take a booth.
You start walking out, and which direction are you going?
I'll continue my counterclockwise movement around. So like past the mystery mine and stuff, going that way.
So you start walking down this path next to the mystery mine, past the bubble pop teapot that you've already ridden. But as you're coming out of snail racing, you notice that there are three individuals going into snail racing. There is a tabaxi, a small human, and or not a small human, a normal sized human, and I believe Gavi's a halfling. Is that correct, Mitt?
Looking. Male human.
Oh, he's also human. Okay, so two humans, one shorter than the other, and a tabaxi. And they seem to be conversing about some sort of encounter that they had previously with some dragonflies. But nothing that catches your attention, so you continue on looking for these friends that you have no idea what they look like. Um, traveling back up around towards the ticket booth, is there anywhere else you would like to go?
Let me see. Honestly, walking that way, I'll take a stop by the mystery mine and see what that's about.
Okay.
That way, like I'm gonna pass. So
Alright. This excites me.
I was excited about doing that one today.
I'm so.
I mean, we could always do it again.
I'm so nervous now.
As you approach the mystery mine, propelled by magic, mine carts laden with fairgoers trundle into an opening cave like a dragon's mouth. The carts reappear moments later from the far side of the attraction, with the passengers expressing a mix of bewilderment, fear, and excitement. Near the entrance, a Meldwerf dressed like a wizard shouts, "Unlock the mysteries of your mind in the mystery mine!" He has bushy eyebrows, wears a pointy hat, and holds a large clockwork contraption shaped like a giant eye. Would you like to approach said individual and ride this attraction?
Most definitely.
As you walk up, he stops you and says, "Ticket, please."
I'll hold out my ticket.
All right, one punch for you. Just go ahead and take a seat in any cart. Once we get it filled up, I'll send it on its way.
I will just sit in the closest cart to me.
Okay. You go and sit in the cart. Moments later, more people come and they get in the carts as well. And you enter into the dragon's mouth. As you are going through, it's almost like you are going into nothingness. And suddenly, the track disappears and the carts are almost free floating. You see nothing around you. You see no lights. You see no track. You hear no clitter clatter as you did when you first started the ride. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
At least I'm proficient in these.
I am not.
Not terrible. But
Okay. So, out of the nothingness, suddenly forms spiders coming down from webs and landing on your shoulder. You hear somebody shriek behind you. You see a waterfall begin to flow underneath you, and the cart suddenly dip really quickly, and you hear somebody else behind you start screaming. Then you see a fair like structure coming towards you, almost like the carnival itself. And there are just people with masks all around, more and more people, and they start staring directly at you.
I begin
you
to
just-
sink down in the seat of the cart a little bit.
So you sink down into the cart a little bit, but you shake it off. It's not real. It's not real. And you gather the strength to stand back up or to sit back up once more. And the ride continues with one thing after another. Some people you hear behind you are screaming. Some people are laughing. Some people just sit in silence. Eventually, the cart comes back around and you see a bright light. And as you enter it, you are back on the tracks in the cart. And the ride is now over. You look around you and you see the people behind you. Some of them are just stunned with a blank expression on their face. Some of them are still shaking from the fear. but overall, the ride was enjoyable, at least for you.
Oh, that was some wicked stuff.
Hmm.
I have got to learn how to make something like that.
All right. So I guess you continue along your counterclockwise path.
I will.
As you reach up towards the counterclockwise position to where the big top is, you hear a a goblin sitting out front starts hollering, "All right, folks, we got a few more minutes before the big top extravaganza. You better be ready. It's going to be fantastical." So knowing that, you probably have a few more minutes to go and grab any treats that you would like before entering the big top extravaganza.
Do I know
Um,
what treats are?
yes, there are several stalls that you've passed already that have different foods from all over. You've seen falafel, you've seen pastries, you've seen funnel cake. You've seen all kinds of manner of things. As the fair travels to many different realms, they have a wide variety of treats. You even see a small stand that has some of the delights and delectables that from the realm that you come from.
Okay. Um, I have this nostalgia for things from home, so I will go and get me some of those treats.
Okay, and what treats are they?
You know,
It's your
that's a
turn to DM.
that's a great question. Um, for reasons that would be known to any Gith, our most delectable treats are calamari, small, small. It's basically just that's the best way I can describe it. It's the Gith version of calamari, this
Alrighty
small
then.
squid-like creature that maybe has a strange resemblance to mind flayers. That's neither here nor there, but they're delicious. It gives me satisfaction being able to eat them and how they look. Um,
Alrighty then.
it's that, and then a very um, pungent and spicy uh, tea-like beverage. I'm trying to think if you could imagine a tea that is filled with both garlic and ginger in one thing, so that it burns and also makes your breath smell horrible. That's the hot drink that I will have with the calamari treats.
Fantastic. So each
That
of those is
sort of
going to cost you one ticket punch.
Okay.
How many ticket punches do you have so far? I think that's
Um,
5.
let's see. One
He-
for the bubble pop,
you spent 3.
one for the snail, one for the mystery monster. Three so far.
All right, so that's 5 total. You have 3 remaining.
Cool.
Uh, and you would know that you could also go and purchase more tickets should you desire.
Yeah.
But you enter into the big top with the rest of the carnival, uh, and all of the seats are filled to the brim. Fantastic things are already happening, even though the main show itself hasn't really started. Um, and as soon as I pull it up, I'll tell you more about it.
Do, 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 do. Want me to tell it?
I mean, if you know it, go ahead.
Well, there's an elven figure, Mr. Light, who welcomes everyone as he comes down on some silk ropes, wearing a suit of diamond and butterfly wings, holding a scepter. Burley the bugbear demonstrates some feats of strength. Polisha serenades the audience. Candlefoot the mime plays silent games. Fairy dragons perform acts of synchronized flying with streamers. That's all I got.
That was fantastic and really set the mood. So, Trith, as this is all happening, you notice out of the corner of your eye, a small dip in the audience, and it just catches your glance ever so slightly, and you look over in that direction, and there's a small gap where there were three individuals sitting before. But you pay no mind to them, as you know they people are going to do what they're going to do, and you sit and continue watching things as they unfold. Finally, all of the big top extravaganzas come to a halt, and Mr. Light walks out once more, big grin on his face, and he says, "All right, fairgoers, if there's anything else you would like to see, bring it on. We love to see our people come from all distant lands and show us their tricks and their treasures. Do we have anyone in the audience that would like to perform tonight?" Trith, would you like to get on stage and show people what you've got?
Um, no, no, I don't think
All
so.
right.
I think I'll go into his little introverted bubble.
So as people start coming up, you see one small gnomish man come up and start singing a beautiful song in a very very baritone voice, almost so much so that it shakes your chest. It is so deep. You see a set of twins uh, start grabbing random objects from the crowd, and they start juggling back and forth to one another and to each other, and bouncing, and you see people start throwing them more objects, and they get up to about 10 things before one of them makes a mistake, and all of the things come crashing to the ground. uh, just a bunch of small little tricks that people in the crowd come up and do, and Mr. Light is loving every second of it. um, and he finally says, "All right, folks, there we have it. Your people with various talents. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back in the next hour for some more exciting things that may happen. Feel free to continue about the carnival, and we'll see you for the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch." And he takes a very deep bow, and you see Mr. Witch over in the corner open up his pocket watch and close it and look very solemn over at Mr. Light. And Mr. Light turns and looks at him and gets a uh, almost dour look on his face before it quickly changes back to a smile, and he briskly walks over to him. You see them both whispering to uh, the bugbear that was showing off his feats of strength earlier, and the three of them begin walking back around the backside of the tent. What would you like to do?
You know, my curiosity is going to get the best of me. You know it is. I am going to try and make my way very sneakily so that I can get into sort of a position where I might be able to overhear any conversation they have as they sort of go to
All right.
exit that space.
Roll me a stealth check then.
All right. Stealth. Here we go. Don't let me down. It let me down.
That's not too bad. With the hustle and bustle of the crowd exiting, you can easily sit in place long enough for the majority of the crowd to get by you before you start walking in the opposite direction. Uh, the fairgoers do not pay you any mind whatsoever, and Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, along with Burley, seem to be preoccupied with something else that's happening. So you can slowly walk behind them at a fair distance, though you aren't able to get close enough. You don't feel comfortable enough getting closer in order to actually hear their conversation.
Hold on. About like how close could I kind of get like without attracting any sort of attention?
I would say about 60 feet away.
How close would I need to be to hear what I think?
About 30.
Okay, so do I even remember? Oh no, okay, never mind. I'm not at that. That's a 5th level.
Level 3. Level 3.
Unless I'm going to use jump, but anyway, no. Okay, sorry. I was for a second there. I was thinking I could misty step, but that's 5th level. Forget. So. That's okay. No, I'm yeah, that's fine.
And you can close the distance. They will just notice you.
Or you think they'll notice you.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably pass on being noticed.
Okay.
At this stage.
All right. So you slowly continue to follow them outward, where we flash back to
Wait,
the rest of the group.
I would also like to pass without being noticed.
We'll see how well that goes. So Francis and Mitt and whatever Gavi's character's name is.
I believe it's Jerek. Yeah.
The three of you are standing there. I need the three of you, well, the two of you, to roll a perception check. Mitt with disadvantage because you were in active conversation with Jerek. No, actually, no, yeah, disadvantage.
Okay. Perception, you said?
Yep.
Where is my sheet? -1, so...
Shoot, I don't think mine went through. I got a 19.
19? Okay.
I got a 19 also. Except
Sweet.
that didn't count because I really got a 6. Oh, and then I put it in my chat.
So Mitt, you are talking with Jerek, trying to figure out what your next plan is, because going into that thicket really hurt. So you probably don't want to smash your way through. However, Francis, before Mr. Witch and Mr. Light and Burley the Bugbear rounded the corner, you hear them talking, and you hear Mr. Witch say, "I'm telling you, someone is at the staff area. They're trying to get in." And you hear Mr. Light say, "Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. That's why we got the big guy here." And you overhear Burley say, "I'm more than just muscle." So what is it you would like to do?
I would like to notice.
I'm gonna go over to the duo, the cat. I'm gonna be like, "Friends, it appears that..." Sorry, I have to get the voice right. Friends, it appears that the owners of the carnival are approaching quickly in our direction. What should we do?
I look up and I see them. And I see Burley the Bugbear, and I freeze for a second. And I'm just looking at him. That's my turn.
We're not really in a turn situation.
I know. That's all I'm doing until someone else does something.
Okay, so the cat goes deer in the headlights.
It's a bear, by the way. I have disguise self.
It's neither
And-
bear nor bug.
Oh.
So Francis, as you see Mitt kind of clamber up, and Jerek turns around and just kind of stares in their direction, not really knowing what to do. It's time for you to take charge. What do you do?
Let's see. Are there any, like, nooks and crannies in this area?
Not really. You guys are like right up against the thicket on one side and the big top on the other. You could potentially make a run for it, but your two companions are sitting there frozen.
Uh, hmm. There's nothing. I'm gonna check my spells, see if I can do it. All I've got is stuff for hurting bad guys and protecting people and animal stuff. Ooh, wait a minute, my feet. Uh, this is gonna be weird. Could I? No, I can't do this. I can't leave them behind. But I was thinking, what if, like, as soon as they start to come in, at the split second they approach, I misty step behind them. Would they see that? If I
We'll
teleported?
find out. Is that what you want to do?
I don't know. Uh,
If you want, we can just wait till they do something.
what if I cast Compelled Duel on them?
Oh,
Hold on.
helped us already.
I'm gonna look at command for a second, see what I can.
I do have an idea. I'm just waiting for something else to trigger. Not that I'm metagaming or anything. I also have a cat belly right here.
Just excuse me while I
Ooh,
pull up the stat blocks for Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Nothing to be concerned about.
No need. It's fine. Don't do that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try this. Shoot, it only affects one of them, but range of 60 feet. I am going to command Mr. Light to flee. Will that work? Can I do that?
We'll find out.
All right.
So that's what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Alrighty.
panicking right now. Seeing if I can cause a distraction.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately for you, he has advantage, and it does not work.
Oh no.
So you just look at him and do your hand motions or no, it's just verbal. You look at him and just say, "Flee!" And Mr. Light looks at you and goes, "Well, it looks like you are right, Mr. Witch. Burley, could you take care of this for us?"
And as I hear that, I look over at Burley and I say, Burley, I'm your biggest fan. I was trying to get in so I could talk to you.
Roll
Oh, no.
persuasion. Roll persuasion.
Do I get advantage because I'm dressed up like Burley? Because I'm
Nope.
so excited to see him. Okay,
Nope.
worth a shot.
It's a straight roll.
Ooh, that's a 10. What's
Be
my...
lucky I don't give you disadvantage.
12. That's a 12 right there.
Yeah, so that's not what I meant to. Nope, let's try this again.
And try it lower.
Still not good for you.
Oh, good.
Um,
No. This was the only plan I had, guys. I came
Burley
up with
looks
this
at you.
during the session last time, but then we ended.
Burley looks at you and says, "But you don't look anything like me, and I don't really do much around here. So what exactly are you a fan of?"
I saw your act and I said, wow, he's so strong. I want to be like him. And so I did this so I could look like. Do I not look like you? I don't have a mirror.
If you wanted to be more like me, maybe you should spend time reading books instead of parading around the staff area looking to get into trouble.
Well, I did hear you liked philosophy. I was hoping we could discuss some later, but I just wanted to meet you. I was so excited.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, that's better. It's also hard to type. I think I spelled it wrong. I did spell it wrong. Whatever.
Mr. Witch looks over at Mr. Light and says, "We don't have time for this." And Mr. Light says, "Oh, it's fine. Burley, just sign an autograph and we'll continue like this never even happened." And Burley looks over at him and goes, "Okay, boss." And he walks over to you and goes, "Do you have a quill?"
Oh
or
yeah,
something?"
yeah. I do. I pull out my I have a little something. I know I have a something. It's in here. I have a journal. Pull out my little journal. I open it to a blank page and I hold it out. Big bugbear smile on my face.
He writes a small message to you and then signs it. "Try to enjoy the rest of the carnival." And he hands it back to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Uh,
You survived that encounter.
Sort of.
So
no one
Trith.
cares about the.
so I rolled insight for Mr. Light and Mr. Witch. Mr. Light rolled a 4. Mr. Witch rolled an 11.
I didn't convince
Somehow
Burley,
that
but
feels unclean for them.
So they even missed out on your first persuasion check being wrong. But anyways, Trith, you are slowly following behind, and you hear you are able to get close enough that you hear this conversation going on. And then you peek around the corner and see as Mr. Witch and Mr. Light and Burley all walk up to the big thicket that is surrounding the staff area. It opens up, they walk through, and it closes back together.
Okay.
bye, Burley.
So, what is everybody doing?
Well, I look at the other two and I'm like, well, let me do the voice. That didn't go perfectly.
You know, I'm mostly surprised that they didn't really pay any attention to me. I just yelled at them, and I'm wearing full chainmail and a helmet. So,
I do think that's a nice helmet, by the way. Have I told you that?
thank you very much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Yeah.
My family gave it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Goes back a long, long time.
I can't help but notice we have gotten nowhere.
Yes, it would appear so. Should we track them down and try again? I don't know.
I don't see any way through this thicket, and I don't know. We still have to find a way into scrolling the wrong way, scrolling. Masters, what's it called? We're trying to
I
get
have no idea.
the realm that we're trying. Prismere. We still have no idea how to get into Prismere. And I was hoping that we could convince them to tell us somehow. And
So, Trith, overhearing this conversation, the name Prismere rings back to you about the old man that sent you here. Prismere was the place that he said that Zabilna was in.
we need to find Zabilna and Dyla's son.
Monkey,
Wait.
you can get it faster. How do you spell Prismere?
Prismere?
Yeah.
Hold on, that's right
Spell
here.
things for me so I can take good notes.
Prism, E-E-R.
Oh, that's not what I got. I got Prismere. Is that wrong? I thought you were going to ask.
Prismeer.
Oh, I got it wrong. Hold on. Find her place.
Yay! The guy with -1 intelligence got it.
That's a place.
Place all. Yeah, it
That
doesn't-
was the old man. Said who was from?
Zabilna.
Zabilna.
Yep, spell wonderful things for me again.
That one's going in chat.
Zybillna.
So those things sound familiar to me.
Yes.
Okay, great.
And we're
I'm glad things sound familiar to Trith.
I also mentioned where is it? The lost property man. We're looking for his son.
Where am I? Where am I in
Star.
relation to them?
You're about 30 feet away from them at this point. After
Do we
the
notice
three
him?
of them, you absolutely not. Um, but after Mr. Witch and Mr. Light and Burley the Bugbear went into the staff area, you could have gone further out if you wanted to.
We're in like a small room, like behind, like sort of a.
No, you're not in a room anymore.
Oh,
You're out in the open.
oh, did we walk back out?
Yeah, you're between the staff area where the thicket is and the big top.
Gotcha.
Just in the open.
Hearing words and names and places and things that would sound familiar to me, coming from them, I'll sort of make myself see. I want to like step around and head towards them. You know, because I'm gonna go and talk to these people. So I'm definitely close enough to have heard all that.
Yep.
Cool. So I'll kind of come out from wherever I was. I'm sorry. Did you say you were trying to find a way to Prismere?
Who are you, and what do you want to know?
Oh, excuse me. My name is Trith. I had a ticket that was bought for me. In my name, and they said my friends were here who also had tickets bought for them in their name.
Did
Any
you
chance that your tickets were already here in your name when you arrived?
Did you by any chance speak to an old warlock man recently?
An old warlock man. Possibly.
The answer to that is yes.
Possibly.
Just in
yes.
case you forgot.
His name's in the chat too.
I know nothing.
His
Trip knows things. I know nothing.
his name's in the chat. How do we know it was the same one? What was his name?
Yeah. How do you say that, Mr. DM?
Magic.
His name was Madrick.
I look over at now I forget your name, Francis. Hi.
Francis?
I'm like, is that the name of the guy that you talked to? 'Cause we haven't actually talked about that yet.
I don't. If I'm being completely honest, I don't really remember. I can't remember your name. You're just Catman to me. But your friend Catman.
It's Mitt. It's Mitt. Hi.
Mitt. Yes.
And I start laughing because that's the
I'm
funniest
going
thing
to
I've
forget
heard all
that
night.
eventually, but
But I look back over at Trith and I said, "Oh yeah, that's the guy. We met him too. There were the three of us. Our tickets were waiting in the front. That's the funniest thing I've heard all night."
oh yeah. Speaking of, how's that like enchantment? Still.
What are we clipping? What did I do?
Clipping Francis.
Okay.
You're just Catman to me.
No, Catman.
Catman.
I need those those headphones with the ears on them. Here's the rails. We're going this way.
We are off of them.
We are the worst.
We need Gavi here to keep us on track.
I'm in my defense. I am. Oh God, this is really tight. I'm distracted by that right there. Being adorable. Anyway.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome back, Mumbles.
Hey, it's not as bad as it has been.
I was about to say, did I miss this? Let me roll a d20.
Let me roll a d20.
D100. Call high or low, yo. See if I missed.
Middle.
By the way, I just want to point out that as I approach, my expression and body language is still looking pretty dead serious. But I also want to point out that I am a bald, nearly green-skinned man who is less than 5 feet tall and wearing fairy wings. So make of that what you will.
I mean, we're all wearing fairy wings, so I don't even see the fairy wings
mean,
anymore.
Yeah, but I'm
That
green
is
and
far
less than
from the-
5 feet tall. Well, greenish yellow, it's like a baby poop green.
I am
If I'm honest, that
baby
is
poop.
perfectly
Did you
in
say
line
baby
with what
poop
Francis is
green?
used to seeing back home.
Yeah,
That's
Francis
the
just
only
thinks you're a
shades of
pixie.
green I know as a dad of 4. What green is that? Poop green.
Francis just thinks you're a pixie, so
Mhm.
he's chill with it.
I escaped from an attraction and
All
I
right.
just know names.
So, what are the three of you doing?
What we're discussing. So
Well, surprisingly, Francis is thinking. He's going like, we none of us bought a ticket, but someone had it paid for us already. You had someone pay for your tickets already. Perhaps destiny is guiding us together here for the same purpose.
Destiny, is that a person that I should also know?
no, I think that's just
I mean, depending on how you view the world, some people might see destiny.
Yeah.
I believe it's just her child that's a person.
I see what you did there.
It took me a bit to get it.
If I
Slow
could come up
burn.
with a single Destiny's Child song, I would have also referenced that. But they only have that one, and I don't remember what it was.
I just remember Destiny's Child is all I remembered.
Is that the one Beyonce came from?
I have no idea.
Okay, I think so. Don't quote me.
I would maybe believe in destiny for one person or two, but there's 4 of us total, right?
There were 4 tickets waiting. Yes,
Okay.
the ticket taker said, "Is your 4th person here?" And we said, "What?"
Yes, but for 4, that is a conspiracy would be the word I would want to use.
Well, this man that I met reminded me that I had lost something here long ago, and right, I can remember that part. I remember. Yeah, okay, and told me that he was also looking for this Zabilna character, goddess, or whatever she is, and she used to be the patron of this carnival. And I'll just continue to dump exposition here if you'd like.
Right, writing intensifies. scribble.
And she seems to be missing, and lots of things seem to go missing from this carnival. So we went over to Lost Property, and then we found that he's missing his whole son, the guy who runs the place. We didn't actually ask him if he knew anything about the things that we lost. That's interesting.
I think I'm missing something.
What are you missing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I'm missing, but I feel like I'm missing
No,
something.
you remember what you're missing.
I know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't
I
remember.
was just making sure.
I don't remember
So
exactly.
you're lying to them. Got it. Roll deception check.
I don't remember exactly what I'm missing either, but when we were at the Lost Property booth and I pointed at the Hall of Illusions, we were talking about that.
But there's a booth for lost property.
Yes, it's run by a fellow. I didn't speak his language. His name was Dahlia. What? I don't know. Delia.
Delilah.
I speak a few languages.
This Francis here. He could talk to him.
I waved my hand like, hello.
What language was it, Francis? If that is your
If
real
I rec-
name.
I believe it
I
was
giggle at him.
Sylvan, if I recall. I believe most people at this Fey carnival would speak the Fey language.
Yes, I also speak that language.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
Amongst
useful.
others.
I don't remember how to spell that. Oh, I was wrong. Well, I guess Would you care to join us as we look for our things and... What? Who's that?
The creature at Lost and Found.
Why do I have... Okay. I will replace that one. Don't know why that's a...
That's not even a person.
Hold on. I'm gonna find
Oh,
replace
now
cat.
I remember. That was the whatchamacallit.
Displacer
The
beast.
other cat.
Yes, the other cat.
The cat with the, with the tentacles.
Jared's notes campaign to cat person 1.
Oh, you
Fake
think
art.
Jared takes notes?
And then Feywild in all caps.
Feywild and all cats? This sounds like a great place.
Short man, cat man, green man. Me, I'm also the green man. Zabilna, I can remember.
Yeah, so also, well, they at the ticket booth they did say we were friends, so I guess it would be weird, if not at the very least rude, if I didn't join you.
Excellent. Yes, he's been
Well-
doing this for a while now. I assume he must have a very, very jolly personality.
Do I still have my food with me? By any
Yes.
chance, or did I leave that in the big in the
Well, did you finish it?
I ate my pretzel.
You
Oh,
told
no,
me.
I would have been eating slow. I mean, I probably have a few, not many. I probably have a few little pieces.
Had some cheese
Okay.
sauce. It was delicious.
I'll hold it out. Since we're friends, you want a squid? They're delicious.
Is that like a fish?
It's a squid.
I'm
You
just
get
gonna
it from the water.
reach out and grab it really quick. Put it on.
Yeah. I take a strange satisfaction and a small smile spreads across my lips as I see someone else eat a squid.
Francis,
It's the only smile you've seen so far.
Ooh, I liked it.
Yes, they're delicious.
So
Yeah.
there are several places you guys haven't been to yet that you could potentially go to. So places neither of you have been is the Calliope, the Carousel, the Feasting Orchard, the Gondola Swans, Hall of Illusions, Silver Song Lake, and then there's a set of small stalls where there are mini games. The three of you haven't been to the
mines.
Bubble Pop Teapot yet, nor the Mystery Mine. So those all of this is still open. If any of you want to go there,
But none of us have been to the Hall of Illusions.
none of you have been to the Hall of Illusions. No.
Now, I was thinking after this, if we couldn't get into the staff area, I might want to try going to the Gondola Swans, because apparently one of the swans is friends with Burley the Bugbear. I didn't know if we might be able to find an inn that way, because Burley seems to be quite close with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and the tree fella, I forget his name, told us that there's something funky about that pocket watch, and that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light weren't the original owners of the carnival, and Zabilna was, he thinks, and I'm very confused about this whole thing. But Mr. Witch and Mr. Light definitely know how to get into Prismere, we think. I just need to find someone else who can, because apparently they don't want to talk to us.
So you say there's an inn with swans, and you ride these swans?
Well, I mean, I don't think you could stay there like an inn, but yes, you can ride on them.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind checking out these swans.
Okay. They're over this way, and I start walking towards the Hall of Illusions.
Sure. I'll begin to finish off the rest of my little squid treats and follow.
You start walking towards the Hall of Illusions, and Jarek grabs the wrist of Mitt and just starts dragging him the other way.
I just
without
look
saying
at
a
him.
word.
I laugh a little bit. I don't know why I keep trying.
So you guys make it over to the Swandalas.
We have some of those in Boston, by the way. If anybody ever wants to come visit, give you.
Not my joke,
You can go
but
on a ride.
I take full credit for it. As you approach, enormous swans glide through the water here, pulling ornate wooden gondolas draped in flowers. The swans disappear into banks of silver mist as they wind their way down the river. A jetty extends ahead, at the end of which a waiting swan preens its feathers.
I will look for the place to punch my ticket and get on.
As you approach, there's um, a small dragonborn female, and she's just taking tickets and punching them, and taking tickets and punching them as people pass by.
Okay.
So each of you go, and she punches each of your tickets, and you board.
Well, I'm going to ask her. I hear one of the swans is friends with Burley. By the way, I don't look like Burley anymore. I gave that up. I hear one of the swans is friends with Burley. I was wondering if you knew which one that was.
She just kind of rolls her eyes and looks over at the one that is preening at her feathers, and then goes back to punching tickets.
So, do you not know then?
She just walks away.
Maybe we should ask the swans.
Did I see her do that?
Yes.
He's like, cat friend. I believe that she was using body language. Her head tilted from facing you to the swan that is preening its feathers. I believe she was indicating without language that that is the swan we are looking for.
Oh. Okie dokie.
I don't even know how to follow that up.
I look over at the swan and I say, "Hey, are you friends with Burley?"
Give me 1 second. Ooh. Oh, okay. Um, so you walk over, and she says, "What does it mean to be friends?"
I look over at Jerek. I'm like, "This is the one." and I'll say, "Well, I mean, it sort of begins by getting to know someone, and then your your interests align, and then you strike up conversations, and then you do things together, and then in your free time you want to spend that time with the other person."
It's quite the educated answer.
Thank you. I am very smart.
Are you coming along for a ride then?
Oh, yes. Shall we? What was your name, by the way?
My name matters not, though if you must know, it is Featherina.
Featherina? Is that what
Well,
you said?
Featherine. Masters can't read, but I do know my own name.
Feathering.
Oh,
Okay.
that was interesting.
Wow.
I
Spelled
did not
that
mean to
from
do that.
The map moved.
It did. It does that for whoever's talking with a token highlighted.
That's actually an interesting feature.
It's an annoying feature that I thought I turned off.
Really?
Great. Now
That's
it's really like an existential swan.
that's fascinating. I didn't know you could do that.
What is friendship and the disembodied voice? All right. I will climb aboard.
All right. So each of you get onto the gondola, and once you are properly secured, she begins meandering through the river, slowly tugging along. As you are all going down this river, she looks back at Mitt once again and says, "You are one to be so wise. Tell me, what is joy?"
Let me tell you, my friend. You have asked the right person. It is just the feeling of crap. This is hard to explain. It's the feeling. So, do you know? Can you fly?
If I so choose, I can, from time to time, flap my wings and soar among the clouds.
So, the feeling when you're flying among the clouds and you have no responsibilities and you can just do whatever you want and the world is at your wingtips. That's the feeling of joy.
Sounds dreadful.
Yes, no, I hate it.
So, why are you here?
Well, to be honest, why are any of us here?
Oh, I like you.
Indeed. Well, one of the many reasons is we're looking to try to find a place called Prismere.
Prismer, you say?
Yes, have you heard of it?
I believe Burley's talked about it a time or two.
Oh, I met Burley earlier. He signed my journal.
Burley is quite an intellect, actually. Not like some of the other staff members around here.
No?
He has a profound mind and is simply wasted guarding the staff wagons. You know, he misses his brother tremendously. No one knows what happened to Hurley, but everyone knows he never really fit in.
Typing. He's missing his brother. That's very strange because Durlagron is also missing his son Star.
Oh, that's new gossip I haven't heard before.
Oh yes, he's very distraught about it. He has this ball that he won't let the children play with because it belongs to his son.
Oh, that's just absolutely dreadful.
It is. Are you missing anyone or anything?
Oh, no, I'm not missing anyone, but you know who's missing something?
Who?
Candlefoot. He was about to
Candlefoot.
declare his love for the mermaid in front of everyone when the words just left him without a gasp. It was most unusual, and he hasn't spoken a word since. Parasha was very upset.
Oh, I thought that was just his thing.
Oh no, he normally speaks quite clearly, but not anymore.
Well, that is a real shame. Do you have any idea where any of these missing people and things might be?
I do not know, nor do I care to know. Not my problem.
Yes, well, aren't all problems sort of a bit for everyone?
I'm really glad that Gavi's not here to make fun of this voice.
Oh, he'll watch the VOD.
Oh, I'm sure.
He hasn't made fun of my
It's
voice
getting-
yet.
It's starting to get on my nerves.
I mean, I can't believe no one's made the joke about Catman being Batman, but it wasn't intentional, but I made the joke in my head multiple times.
I am the dark. I am the night. That is because I stay up. I sleep all day and I stay up all night running around,
And I drink saucers of milk.
which is
Yep,
bad
the
for
new-
me, which gives me diarrhea, and then I have to use the kitty litter.
Yes.
It's just a big mess.
Most
I don't have
cats
to clean
are
it up, so
apparently
I don't care.
lactose intolerant.
There's a new spin-off, Catman and Batgirl.
Catman and Batgirl.
Meet my sidekick, Robin. Oh wait, I ate him earlier.
The characters are still played by Zoe Kravitz and Robert Pattinson, so nothing changed.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
Still haven't seen Spider-Man. Off topic.
Oh, neat.
It's so good. Go watch it.
I know.
What are the movies?
Well, you see. Now I forget the last thing we were talking about.
You're talking about missing
Candlefoot.
things and Candlefoot, and he forgot how to talk. Something about declaring love to a mermaid whose name I didn't catch.
Palasha.
Palasha.
Yep.
Oh, I had
Yeah,
P-O. Dang.
Nice.
Only name I spelled right so far.
Now, I've heard that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light were not the original owners of the carnival.
This is news to me.
Oh. I wonder if that was wrong.
I don't know. I merely stay here. You're giving me lots of new information. I'm sure I'll put it to good use at some point.
Well, information is very important. I try to get as much as I can.
I agree. You just keep bringing that information to me, big boy.
I can do that. Do you have any information for me?
I think I've spoken enough.
Oh, I don't like Big Boy in that voice.
Do any of us really speak enough?
Sometimes, yes.
Fair enough, yeah.
Well, here we are at the end of the ride. Please exit and come and see me again.
Oh, I will. That sounds weird in that voice.
Oh, love a boy.
No,
Oh, no. Yes. Well, thank you for the ride, Featherine.
Francis has a goose. I have a swan.
Oh no, not the goose.
Or whatever it was. It wasn't a goose. It was
Don't
something.
remind me.
Yes, I think that would be very enjoyable with less talking. But I'm glad that you found things out.
Yes, I don't usually talk this much.
I don't.
All right, where are you guys headed to next?
Let's see. I guess the Calliope. I don't think any of us have.
I mean, that's sort of back
Wait,
in
was
the
it the
direction.
Calliope or the Hall of Illusions?
Both.
We haven't done Hall of Illusions, Calliope, Carousel, Feasting Orchards.
Silver Song Lake or the small stalls.
Oh, Silver Song Lake is different from the Swans?
Yes.
I thought they were the same thing.
I thought she was taking us through the.
Nope, she took you
No, she took us
around
this
the
way,
river
yeah.
path
Into the mist.
into the mist.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown.
Oh no!
Do I get inspiration for that?
No, because I also thought of it.
I know. We're in sync.
All right, so where to next?
Maybe the
Oh.
Calliope, because the Arkheart is the deity of beauty and song and such, of art.
What's the arc
I'm
art?
Maybe
just
I might.
for the ride, so I'll follow to the Calliope and hope that there
Alright.
isn't wild magic or brooms of flying. That would be terrifying.
So as you get closer and closer to the Calliope, you hear a familiar tune that you've heard throughout the carnival. Though the closer you get to it, you notice a merry tune spilling forth from a specific instrument, on the back of which on the back of a brightly painted wagon. A monkey wearing a cloak covered with buttons turns a handle on the wagon's rear, sending music into the air from rows of golden whistles. As you watch, a goblin dressed in a ladybug toddles up to you and rattling a tin. Uh, the monkey starts dancing around while he's uh, spinning on the wheel and starts saying, "Spare a button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place besides a smile upon my face." And he continues to dance around as the music plays.
I'm gonna look through all of my pockets. Do I have a spare button anywhere in my hundreds of pockets that I have all over my place?
I don't know about spares, but you have plenty of buttons on your shirt and your pockets.
I'm gonna pull off a button and put it in the little tin.
Thank you, thank you. Your donations will be much appreciated. I thank you all.
Why did we give a button? I don't.
Because the thing said to. It would be rude not to give the button.
Normally, I'm okay with that.
With giving buttons or being rude?
Being rude.
Ah, yes.
But this carnival is just so much fun.
It is amusing, at least.
Well, when dealing with the Fae, you never know what they can make out of ordinary objects. A button could end up being a weapon of mass destruction.
If that's the case, I want it back.
I suddenly feel in danger.
Or it could just end up being like a little tiny copper piece. They do weird things. I like them like that.
Well, why didn't you start with that? Why did you see the button given to a Fey creature and immediately go to the weapon of mass destruction?
I mean, that does sound cooler.
What is wrong
Yeah,
with you?
that's why. There's a great many answers to that question. Which one would you like me to start with?
The shortest one.
Fairies.
Is anyone gonna ask?
Very good birds.
Is anyone gonna ask the monkey or the goblin any questions?
There were fairies.
But yeah.
Do I feel like that with the tune that this thing is playing that I could take out my hand drum and add anything to the beat?
Would you like to roll a performance check to find out?
Heck yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear. What happened? My audio cut out.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I am proficient with this hand drum. So just so we know.
Okay, then you can add your proficiency to the roll. So add a +2.
Okay, so that's basically a +1. Got it.
Yeah.
Yep, 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 yep. Bitches. That should do it. Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Nice. So yeah, you pull out your hand drum and start kind of beating along with it. Uh, how do you think it goes? Describe to us what transpires.
Yeah, I don't really. I'm not incredibly familiar with all the varying sounds of hand drums, but I feel like the Calliope in its music would be very sort of bright and cheery and sing songy in a way type of deal. And Trith will take out this hand drum and will add this very uh, what's a non-offensive word I can use. Um,
Poop.
I want to use a word almost like this very primitive like from the dawn of music, this sort of steady drum beat to this otherwise very sing-songy music, and somehow, some way, it fits and it makes it better having this sort of almost somber, reliable drum beat to the otherwise bright and festive music of the Calliope.
Alrighty then.
Button back.
But yeah, you continue to play on the drum, and you gather a small crowd that start cheering you on, and the goblin goes over and starts cranking on the wagon, freeing up the monkey to kind of dance around, and he kind of does this little jig around you, and in the process, singing his song about buttons, and many more people are dragged, pulled over to the Calliope and start donating their buttons to his collection. And he takes once you finish, he takes a deep bow in front of you and says, "Thank you, friend. I do appreciate it," and gives you a big old grin.
You don't turn
Hmm.
those into weapons of mass destruction, right?
No, 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 nothing like that. Just sew them onto my shirt.
I'm
Makes
up,
me look fancy.
I'm off in the corner, just be like,
Glad I could help. I haven't played this drum in a long time. I'm glad I remembered how to do it.
You did a fantastic job.
Well, thank you for the compliment. That made me feel very strange inside. I don't know what that feeling is, but thank you for that.
Um,
"Hey, you don't happen to be missing anything, are you?"
Talking to the monkey.
oh, talking. Well, now that you mention it, yes, I'm missing my body.
I'm
What?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not really a monkey. I'm a human person. I kind of lost a bet with a leprechaun, and he switched my body with the body of my monkey companion, and well, the monkey ran off with my body. So I'm kind of stuck like this.
Are all the other talking animals here in the same situation?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, thank goodness. There was a weird body swapping thing going around.
Nope. As far as I'm aware, I am the only person that has found themselves in this situation.
Well, how do you like being a monkey? I feel like that would be fun. You could climb on things.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. Where'd you meet a
People give me
leprechaun?
buttons more now.
Where did you meet a leprechaun?
At a bar? Where else would I meet a leprechaun?
I don't know. I thought maybe in Prismeer.
Not sure what Prismeer is, but I'm sure there are leprechauns there, wherever that is.
That's just a place I've heard of recently.
I like your buttons.
Alrighty then. He kind of walks back over and starts cranking on the wagon again. So, where to next?
I don't feel like we're learning very much.
No, does not appear to be so.
I'm not sure if we're going about this the right way. I think maybe instead of asking creatures and such if they know of certain people, perhaps we should um, listen out. Um, um, Hide places, disguise ourselves, and investigate that way. But with that being said, I'm going to the Hall of Illusions because that seems interesting.
Okay. I think it's
Would
over
also
here.
be
And I
a
point
good
towards
place to
lost property.
disguise myself.
But also what?
Wait, do I actually? Oh, nope, never mind. I don't even have a disguise kit. I'm proficient with that, but I don't have one. Bird.
All right, so you guys make your way over to the Hall of Illusions, ignoring Mitt's directions. And as you approach the Hall of Illusions, a wooden mannequin of a grinning raven-haired young woman in a witch's attire and a green flowing cape hovers inside a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. A halfling
I
couple
see what they
holds
did there.
hands as they approach the glass cabinet. One of the halflings is wearing a butterfly face paint as he drops to one knee and pulls out a small box from his pocket. His sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the nearby tent without getting his ticket punched. As he runs past the Candlefoot, the mime, he just goes,
Hmm.
Firebolt.
um,
What? No.
I need everyone to give me a history check.
Ooh, I'm proficient in that
Ooh.
A
with
history check?
+1.
History check.
Okay.
It's not a natural
Mine.
21, by the way.
Mine did not go through apparently, but I got a 14.
I don't know much about anything. I'm very smart, but I don't know much about anything.
So, Trith and Francis and Jerek by disassociation, uh, you guys don't really pick up on anything, but Mitt has heard a thing or two about Tasha. For instance, he knows that she reputedly used the name Igwivel, Igwilv, the Witch Queen, a legendary archmage.
You're going to spell that, right? Thanks.
There we go.
Ig will.
Do you guys continue to approach the Hall of Illusions?
How close?
do.
How close are we to the glass cabinet with the witch in it?
You're about 20 feet away.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna walk up to it.
Okay. I need everybody that's going towards it to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is gonna be really good. Oh, actually, it's gonna be really good.
Next.
Yeah, why not? I like chancing stuff. Ian chance that I did.
Fantastic.
It appears mine did not go through again for some reason, but I got a 10.
All right. So, Trith and Francis, you fall on the floor laughing uncontrollably. And you just completely fall flat. You start laughing about nothing and everything.
And I'm gonna.
And Mitt just kind of finds it amusing, but doesn't really laugh.
Yeah,
that much.
I'm gonna look down at them laughing. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I can relate. Then I'm gonna look up at Tasha and be like, Excuse me, are you the Witch Queen? That I totally pronounced correctly.
She doesn't respond as it is a statue.
Hello? Hello? We're gonna look over at what's the mime's name?
Candlefoot.
Look over at Candlefoot and be like, she doesn't talk much, huh? Oh. I am the worst.
Hey.
Are you guys
As you
are you guys
approach
done
closer
laughing
to
yet?
the Hall of Illusions, and consequently the cabinet, it's a large tent that is painted with a mural of shifting images that show grinning fairies diving into pools of color. The helical stripes on the tent's pointed canopies rotate in spirals, and the whole display seems designed to baffle onlookers. A clown dressed in muted garb stands at the tent's entrance, just blinking at you. He just kind of.
Is that Candle
Yes,
Deep?
Candlefoot.
Yeah, Candle Deep. We saw you in the big top. You were very funny. We also heard about the whole voice thing. Yeah. Do you have any idea how you lost it? Does anybody else have any questions?
They're still on the floor laughing. You guys may make additional wisdom saving throws to beat the effect.
I'll give it another shot.
I'll look down at them and be like, this happens a lot around here, I guess.
That's better.
Trith, you are no longer on the floor laughing. As is Francis.
I hate laughing. Oh, that's terrible.
It's kind of a thing she was known for. Or
I
is
knew this
is
silly
known
place.
for. I forget if she's still alive. Or ever was alive. That's not really her, by the way. It's a mannequin.
I should have known, but you didn't know that was not a real person. I'm so confused by you.
I believe
Oh, that was cathartic.
he would like you to punch. He would like to punch your ticket. Or he wants to just punch you. I'm not totally sure.
If he punches me, I will set him on fire.
We only just met. He doesn't speak for us.
Yeah. I'll hold out my ticket.
He reaches over and waves his hand over the ticket, and it disappears. And then he waves his hand back over your hand, and it reappears with an extra hole punched.
Ooh.
Well, now that's a neat trick, sir.
Yeah, that is actually cool.
Don't mind me.
It's the other cat.
Anybody else getting their ticket punched?
Yes, me. Yes. Oh, yes.
Jerek very enthusiastically runs over and gets his ticket punched. So one by one, he punches each of your tickets and motions for you all to enter into the Hall of Illusions.
Okay. I'll go in first.
I will
I'll lead the
follow.
way.
All right. So, as you enter the Hall of Illusions, you notice there are mirrors from floor to ceiling as far back as you can see. further back than you could even imagine that this tent could go. And as you look in the mirror, you at first you see nothing, no reflection. You start walking further, and you see a small child that looks like you. So, starting with Trith, what did you look like as a small child?
So I was about this height. Um, no, a lot of the same. Um, uh, I'd say honestly, it's still small, very short, very thin, always bald. Um, but wearing, I'd say if it, looking at me, it'd be smiling. This kind of toothy grin, looked like a happy kid. Um, and the clothes would not be so there wouldn't be so much skin showing. Everything would look very sort of like long sleeved and oversized for this very short, thin, young Gith.
Yes.
But always
So,
bald and always green and maybe a little happier looking.
interesting thing about the clothes, you notice that this version of you is wearing the same clothes that you're currently wearing. They're just bigger on them.
Yeah, it would look ridiculous then. These clothes on this very short, thin, but happy looking Gith.
Um, Mitt, what did you look like
Well,
as a small child?
I had clothes that I was going to describe. Um, as a young kitten, I I I had I had big floppy ears that looked like they were a little too big for my body, and my eyes were just huge green eyes. I think they're green. I forget. And and I, uh, I was always jumping and trying to climb on things and just generally running around crazy and having a great old big old happy time and with the clothes being so oversized it kind of looks like I was trying to be like my dad. I got a little wooden sword that I'm swinging around and I'm rubbing my
cool.
face on microphones.
Francis, what did you look like as a small child?
Well, I was a lot shorter than I am now. I had very thick uh, blonde hair. My eyes were a piercing green, as fitting for someone of my nature. I have very fancy looking clothes.
No, you
Very.
don't. You have on armor that's way too big for you.
Oh, this is just. Oh, I thought this was gonna be.
Yeah, you're the younger version of yourself is wearing the exact same getup as you are right now.
Oh,
Like same size and everything. So like the helmet is probably shaking around on their head. The
uh,
chainmail is probably bunched up around their feet. The shield is they're probably dragging the shield behind them.
I'll go with that. I'll go with that instead. Uh,
uh,
Basically, what the GM is describing, everything
yes.
just too big on me. I'm just a tiny little runt compared to the majestic god of a man that I am now.
That's
All right,
exactly how
so
I would
you
describe you.
you guys continue on further into the Hall of Illusions. As you pass by mirror after mirror, this younger version of you begins to grow up in different stages. It shows different stages of your life. You were a young adult. You were a teenage or a young preteen. You were a teenager. Then you were a young adult, and then finally to what you look like now. And then as you continue walking, they age above what you are now, and you begin to grow withered and older and grayer and more frail. But as you continue, you look up ahead and notice the young halfling that had attempted to propose once before uh, is talking to a um, little girl in a pig mask that looks as though she is partially in the mirror. And um, you, she looks over at you as you are approaching and quickly back into the mirror, and you can see a ripple effect happen at the surface of the mirror, leaving the small halfling still there, standing in front of it.
Talking to a what in a pig mask?
What?
Talking to a what in a pig mask?
A little girl.
Okay.
Oh, question about
Answer.
about the things that just happened. My subclass eventually gives me a feature that halts my aging. What
Mm-hmm.
was that?
Oh
Well,
yeah, if that's part of your subclass, then you got to a point where you do not age. Yeah, as everybody else's demeanor gets more and more crippled, you stay exactly the same.
I'm gonna talk to the half and be like, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I saw outside the tent the incident with, I assume your
Yes, it was terrible, wasn't it? She laughed at me.
well, yeah, about that.
I was trying to profess my love, and she laughed at me.
Yes, the mannequin that you were standing next to makes people laugh quite a lot, sometimes uncontrollably. So it's possible that that wasn't her fault, and she didn't mean it.
It doesn't matter. I can't show my face out there again.
Oh, okay. My
well, good luck with that.
I was expecting that. I'll punch him in the face.
my camera seems to have frozen.
Now no one will recognize you. Um.
So is anybody else going to say anything or do anything?
I want to check out this mirror that a girl in the pig mask went through.
Okay.
Do I recognize the? It's kind of recognize what kind of effect that would be. What would cause that?
You may roll an investigation or arcana if you wish.
Okay, they're both the same. Nice.
Um, so as you try and figure out what's just happened with this mirror, you get a sudden flashback to how you ended up here. And you came through this very mirror into the carnival. And it had that waving, rippling effect when you and your brother had come through.
I want to try and step through it.
All right. You place your hand on it and try to force it through, but nothing happens.
What are you doing?
I wanna follow. I wanna go in there. Something about this mirror. I remember this mirror.
You remember a mirror?
Yes, this mirror. See how it ripples almost like water. It's very distinct.
At this point, the rippling has ceased.
I don't see it.
I guess it's too late.
Did you recognize the pig masked girl?
I hate masks. I remember that girl too.
Do
Can't
you?
forget her.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
No, I don't.
No, you don't remember her.
Oh, darn. I just hate masks. They freak me out.
Sometimes I wear a mask and sit on the roof of buildings.
I don't doubt it, discount Will Arnett. Believe it.
Say hi to Divine Raven.
I will firebolt the mirror in frustration.
I will back up.
I'll just take a couple steps back and just unleash a firebolt on this thing.
All right, roll the attack. So you shoot this fireball at the mirror, and from your vantage point, it hit the mirror and just exploded outwards. Those that were kind of off to the side noticed that there was a small air gap between the explosion of fire and the mirror itself. And once the fire dissipates, the mirror is unfazed.
I can't even break it. Oh, that's so frustrating. This has been a little upsetting. I think I'm ready to leave. How about you two?
3.
3, sorry.
Yes, the small friend has been quite silent today.
I feel like that is very surprising.
You barely even
Got
know
no
him.
idea. All right. So as you exit the Hall of Illusions, Candlefoot will grab your wrist mitt. Does he have your attention?
Mm-hmm.
He will look at you and go,
Your
and then
voice.
he'll go,
Your voice is gone and you want to fly away. First word. Sounds like... Hold on, do it again. I was writing notes at the beginning. I don't know why I was doing that when I knew I was talking to a mime.
he goes,
I don't want to be a chicken. I don't want to be.
A bird? You think a bird took your voice? What kind of? But you can't answer that. What, like a swan? Because there are swans. Like a peacock, a rooster, a chicken,
Like a thief? Ooh.
a thief, like a kenku. You think a kenku stole your voice? That's very impressive.
That's just profiling.
Yeah, I was about to say, but apparently that's how things worked out. So, interesting.
My camera's off, but Lily is rolling some d20s for us. Stop rolling d20s. Go away. Is this Kenku still around? Do you know? Well, it's very upsetting. I am so sorry. I hope that you get your voice back.
Wait a second.
Yes,
Cat friend.
Mitt. It's one syllable. It's not difficult.
I'm so sorry. What was that you just said it was?
It's one. it's one syllable.
It's not. I pull out my sword. He's an aberration taking the form.
Sometimes I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. What's wrong with that?
Pronounce wash to wash, whatever that sauce is.
I don't have protection from evil and good, but I feel like I need it. The power of Christ compels you. Be gone, syllable demon.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Well, what I was
don't
trying.
think that's how it goes. I don't think that's how you say that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
get that a lot.
cat friend.
Mitt.
Oh, shoot.
Still Mitt.
Catman.
Names are not difficult. They're very common. We use them regularly.
Oh, not where I'm from.
I took the time to learn your name. You now you made our friends rage quit.
Well, what I was trying to say was, didn't you meet a Kenku earlier?
Well, I didn't, but Jerek did, I believe.
Jerek and
oh, yes.
Jerek puts thumbs up.
Did you lose your voice too? Oh, thank God.
Yes, it was short friend. My apologies. Not for calling you short friend, but perhaps the Kenku that stole Mr. Candlefoot's voice here is the same Kenku that Jerek, our short friend.
You know, now that I think of it, and I look back at Candlefoot, and I'm like, was the Kenku able to speak before she took your voice? Because Kenkus aren't really known for being able to speak normally, are they? That's very strange. Have we seen the Kenku while we've been wandering around?
Not since the dragonfly incident.
Perhaps a better question to ask would be, how many Kenku in general have we seen?
Just the one.
Hmm.
And you two really haven't seen her.
No. Well, I did through
That's a good point.
through A&R.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, she was disguised at that point, so.
Right. Oh no, that wasn't that. That was the little boy. Never mind.
He also
Yeah,
wrote
yeah,
it
yeah.
for-
The weird little boy that just stared while I picked him up like a rag doll.
And ate a lollipop. Lollipop. Now I want a lollipop.
Lolly, lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
Bom 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 bom.
bom.
Do we know what happened to Mumbles?
Oh, he had to go.
Oh, okay.
Darn.
Do we want to call it here?
We can if you guys want to.
I can go for just a little bit longer unless you guys are.
That's fine with me. I got a little more time.
We can keep going, or we stop at our normal time, or we can end it here. Up to you guys.
What time is our normal time?
10 o'clock your time.
Oh, all right. I thought it was 9 o'clock. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, 9 o'clock my time.
That might be why I thought that. Time zones are a pain. What time is it in the carnival?
You have a little over. We have about 2 hours before the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch.
What's the thing at 6 o'clock?
Nothing's at 6 o'clock.
There's a thing, though.
Are you talking about the man?
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Witch.
Ah,
He is marking the time.
I see.
That is what he does.
Is that Mr. Light in the bottom?
That is Mr. Light.
Ah.
Well, I think we've exhausted all of our I don't know what word I'm looking for. Exhausted all of our expenses here. All of our interests. Perhaps we should check at another location.
How many punches do you guys have left?
I was just working that out. Mumbles has 2 left.
Nope, Mumbles has 1 left. Because Gondola Swans and the Hall of Illusions.
And food.
I think we only have 1 left too.
I'm trying to find mine. I had used 3 at the end of the last one.
You guys have used 2 today.
5. Okay. Oh, yeah. Calliope wasn't a punch. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 3 left.
Let's see. I went to Pixie Kingdom. I went to snail racing last time.
So
Then-
1, 2, 3, 4.
Did the big top count?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've had 5 punched.
Okay.
Me
Because
too.
I don't think you've gotten any food.
Nah.
Yeah, so you have 3 left.
No.
And I got 1 food, but I didn't do the snail races that you did. So
Yeah. Alrighty then. Where to next?
I'd like to just sort of wander around and see if we can find this Kenku.
Okay.
I'll look over at Jerek and be like, have you seen that Kenku again? Do you think, would you recognize her if you saw her again?
He nods vigorously.
Quiet, fellow. It seems like you're almost a different person today.
Suspiciously so.
Indeed.
I think that sounds like a good idea. Just wander around and see what we can gather.
All right. So roll either investigation or perception.
Oh, that's a good roll. That's a 19. Investigation or what?
Investigation or perception, whichever one's better for you.
$24.
Dang.
I'm not even going to bother rolling for her. So Francis kind of wanders around. Jerek follows closely behind him, but Mitt, almost as if he picked up her scent, starts walking towards Silver Song Lake.
I ain't nothing but a hound dog. Crying all the time.
As you approach, you can hear from a distance Palasha singing a beautiful song. But you also hear from the crowd, boo! And a few moments later, you hear, you suck! And a few moments later, you hear, "Get off the stage!" And Palasha's trying to fight through it, but you can see that uh, her voice is starting to wane under the pressure of performing for this crowd that seems to not be liking what uh, she's singing. But Mitt, as you get closer, you notice that there is one figure that is going from one side of the viewing area to the other and back. And each time you hear uh, something coming from the crowd, it is that one individual going around making different voices.
I'm gonna point it out to Jerek. Be like, "Is that her?" Oh, there she goes. No, is that? No, she's going the other way.
Uh, Jarek just kind of buries his hand in his face and starts walking over towards her.
Excuse me, miss, but
Excuse me, miss, but
oh yeah, that's even better. Let's do that voice.
darn, I just don't know what you're up to over here, but he confronts her, and after a bit of a back and forth, she reluctantly nods her head and starts walking away from Silver Song Lake. And as soon as she does that, the crowd starts cheering for Palasha, and you can see her tone change, and the song just becomes even more beautiful.
I look over at Francis. She's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Should get Trith. Is it Trith or Trith? I might have it spelled wrong. No, it's just Trith. We should get Trith to play the drums with her too. That'd be good, I think. Maybe. I'm not very musical.
Trith just kind of shrugs his shoulders.
I think it could create a wonderful symphony.
Well, anyway, kettle steam first.
So are you following her?
Yeah.
So you begin to follow her through the crowd, and she tries to lose you a little bit, but with that investigation roll, you figured her out, and you just continue on a beeline path, following closely behind her, until you eventually arrive at the Hall of Illusions, and
We were
you
just
see
here.
her walk over towards Candlewood, and she kind of looks around and sees Jarek, and then she kind of sighs a little bit, and you see her arm, her wing, kind of go over Candlefoot, and he kind of grasps his throat, and then he goes, "I, I can, I can speak again. Thank you, thank you." And she just kind of disappears back into the crowd.
And we're going to go up and be like, "Hey, we found her."
I noticed. Thank you, friends, for helping me with that. I don't know how to repay you.
Well, funny, you should mention that. We're actually trying to sit down and have a conversation with either Mr. Witch and or Light or with Burley to discuss some things about Prismere and some other missing items that we are searching for, including poor scroll Durlagron's son and the Swan's brother, something? No. Burley's brother.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't know anything about that, or be able to maybe introduce us?
One moment, and I will tell you.
Okay.
Um, 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 why can I not find this information? Darn it!
It was right there. I like how you're the only camera that's working right now.
I know, right? Is mine working? It's frozen on my side.
Oh, is it? No, it's working.
Yeah.
Mine was frozen, and so I tried fixing it without a refresh, but that did. Actually, if you're while you're looking this up, I'm going to refresh. Oh, I'm working again. And I'm getting cat kisses.
Okay. So ask me that question again.
Yes, that's something that I will totally do because I definitely remember what I asked. Oh, I said we're trying to find a way into Prismere because we think that some of the lost things at the carnival might be there. We're looking for. You're gonna make me say it again. Durlagron's son Star might be there. We think Hurley might be there. We're trying to talk to either Mr. Witch or Light about Prismere, or maybe Burley knows something. I hear he's very, very intelligent.
Well, I can't say anything to that point. All I know is I am most grateful for having regained my voice, and I would like to impart upon you my knowledge as an actor, and my gratitude and my willingness to aid you in your pursuits, whatever that might be.
That sounds wonderful.
So he spends the next few minutes giving you guys an acting lesson.
Oh.
Um, and then once he's done, he immediately runs off into the direction of where Palasha was.
Oh.
Oh, I hope that goes well. I was going to ask him to introduce us to. Oh, well. Next time. Bye.
All right.
What does the acting lesson do for us? Anything?
Nothing now. Maybe something in the future.
Oh, fancy.
Oh.
Okay, all right, all right. Well,
So you guys still have the carousel,
feasting
the
orchard,
feasting orchard, and the small stalls left,
and the mystery mine.
and the mystery mine if you wanted to go do that.
Where's the small stalls?
It's not listed on the names of the maps, but it's these small little stalls where you like go and get food and stuff. They also have places that have like mini games and such. Just all these small stalls that are scattered throughout the map.
Gotcha. We did some of that for food.
You did.
As we're listing things out, would Trith tell us that he already did the bubble pop in the mystery mine?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, do we do them again, or I'm interested in the feasting orchard. I do feel a bit peckish.
There's one head over there.
Sure.
Alrighty then. So as we zippity da do they all the way over to the feasting orchard. As you arrive, music and mirth radiate from this park. The heady scents of flowers, mead, and berry pie waft through the air. Stiltwalkers pluck fruits from trees, and musicians drum, pipe, and strum. And everywhere there is singing, dancing, and inordinate amounts of custard. As you all arrive, you hear, or you see a small gnome sitting on a rock beside the entrance. And nope, not that one.
Nope.
Boom. And show players.
Ooh.
And she sits there and strums, and she looks at you and says, "Well, hiya, strangers. It's about time you made your way over this way."
What do you mean?
Well, carnival's getting close to being over. Hoping you guys might have found what you're looking for, or at least the information you seek, if you know what I mean.
We've been looking for so much information. We keep coming up with more questions than answers.
That tends to be the thing that happens around here. But don't you worry, hun. I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. In the meantime, I think there's a pie eating contest about to happen.
I don't really like pie, though.
It's custard filled.
No, I'll give it a shot.
I'll watch. I'll gladly cheer you on, friend.
All right. So you walk up and they punch your ticket and seat you at the long table as the announcer, a small gnomish man, starts belting out, "Ladies and gentlemen, here we have the final contest of the night. Let's see if any of these patrons here can win the prize. All right, you may begin eating in 3, 2, 1." So you just begin devouring as much of this custard pie cake as you can, and you can immediately eat 3 plus your Constitution modifier without problem. So what's your Constitution modifier?
Let me see. That would be +2.
+2. So you waft down 5 of these things with no problems whatsoever. You get to the sixth one, and I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw.
Is there anyone
do it.
else that looks like they're close to
Oh shoot!
being able to eat as much as he is?
There are a couple of people that are already starting to slow down, but there's the majority of them are right there neck and neck with where he's at.
Okay, all right.
All right, 7. Okay, you take 2 custard damage.
Oh
So you
no!
take 2 custard damage, and you're gonna get this. So
Come on,
you
Francis.
grab another one and
you
you
got
shove another one in your mouth. Roll Constitution saving throw again.
Can I help in some way?
Natural 20.
Ah.
You grab 2 at the same time. You just down them both, and you continue on.
All right, and how does he look compared to everyone else now?
He's looking great right now. He took a little bit of a damage after he got those first 5 down, but now he's looking strong. He's regained his vigor.
And is there anyone else that's close?
There are a couple of people that are still neck and neck with him.
Can I see one that looks like they might be the next contender, like the second runner up?
Sure. Roll insight.
12 minus 3, 9.
So there are a couple of people that catch your eye, but you don't know which one would be the front runner of the 2.
All right, I'm just gonna pick one of them, either one, and
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and make one of their pies appear to just fill back up.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to point out for a second that the Swan Featherine said she appreciated the philosophy of someone who has -3 wisdom. I don't know if I trust her in her
Very intelligent, though.
philosophical orientation.
All right. Francis, roll Constitution again.
Does he get advantage because I'm?
No.
Nah, I tried.
Oh ho ho ho!
Oh.
18. Okay. Or 20 even. Yeah, you continue to devour these, and people are starting to drop out at this point. You see people just going face first into the custard, and there's no chance of revival. Others are still continuing to go, though they are slowing down. You and 2 others are still going strong. Let's see another Constitution saving throw.
Let's go, Francis.
Um,
Ooh, this one's going 4.
No.
Ooh. So you take a bite into the next one, and you take 8 custard damage.
oh no! Oh no!
Starting to slow your pace a little bit, but you're still determined. You're right there with the top 2, and you're just I'm gonna suffer through this. I can do this. Roll me another Constitution saving throw.
If you want to.
10. You get another one in your mouth, and your jaw's getting a little slow, but you're powering through it. You take no custard damage this time. All right, one more.
Come on!
Let's
come on.
go.
I think this will be good.
Your jaw is a little sore, but you power through. You pick up 2 more, and you put both of them in your mouth at the same time, and you stare your competition in the face as you munch down, and you see them as they grab 2 themselves, and one in, and the other, and then they start to choke. And they're out of it. You are
Yeah.
the custard eating champion.
And I'm just
We
laughing
have
at the
a
other
winner,
2.
folks. Sir, what is your name?
Francis Verde, my good friend.
Well, Francis Verde, you have won the final prize of the night. And he presents you with a custard cupcake.
I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save this and like put it on my mantle. Oh.
It is very neatly wrapped, and it has a nice presented tag on the side of it that just says "Cupcake of Invisibility."
Oh, maybe I won't put it on a mantle. Might need to shove that down one of these days. Very nice.
While he's doing this, can I also be like looking around and listening and see if I hear anybody who's talking about like missing things or mentioning Prismir or Zabilna or any of the things that we're looking for?
Roll persuasion check
or
or
the-
perception.
Or the person I'm looking for? Oh, yeah. Hey, good news. So, first of all,
$1 for extra life.
it's a 0. Second of all, it's $5 for extra life.
Oh,
'cause
right.
we did the $5. So let's see if this actually works
Nice.
on the overlay. Hold on. So right now we currently owe $5 to extra life, and it should change to $10. But that was a 0. Did I hear anything?
Nope, you heard nothing.
I was
you
distracted.
got wrapped up in the excitement. You hear this the gnome female back there strumming away and cheering on Francis right alongside you. But no, you hear nothing.
Nailed it.
All right. So, with the the custards defeated, a prize being won, all that's left is the carousel, the small stalls, and the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. And I think that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
good. I won.
You
I
won. I think.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Have we all won something today? Wait. I mean, today being the whole day. Did I? What other things could we have won?
mean,
We didn't
technically-
win the snail races.
No, well, Mumbles did.
Oh yeah, Mumbles won the snail races. I won hide and seek.
You won hide and seek.
Yeah.
He won the custard challenge.
What about Jerek?
Did he win anything?
I don't think you guys have been, because the only other place to actually win prizes is the small stalls.
small
and you guys
stalls.
haven't done that yet.
Yeah. We'll have to have Jerek do that.
Well, also there was a prize at the big top, but you all decided to sneak out of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was a perfect plan. I can't believe it didn't work.
Flawless plan.
Yep. Nailed it.
Well, join us next time. We'll see who's crowned the Witchlight
Yes.
King.
Yes. And for those of you that are still here and you wanted to hear Gavi's recap from last time, here's a bonus for those of you that stuck around. If I can find the right one. I think it's this one. Let's take a listen.
Last time on the World's Worst Adventurers, when we last saw our heroes, the 3, it's 4. Clearly, there are only 3 of them. There's 3 names, that means that there are 3 adventurers. There are 4. Have it your way. The 4 adventurers had first come together by seeming happenstance at the gate to a mysterious magical fair that manifests itself from time to time from the Feywild. As they stood at the gate debating whether or not they should go in, they were engaged by the ticket caller and informed that not only had their tickets already been purchased by some mysterious benefactor, but also that they were assumed to be together as one party. Not entirely sure why any of them were there in the first place, but feeling as though there could be something of value gained, or perhaps reclaimed, by attending, they all decided to enter the fair. All freaking 4 of them. No commentary, please, just read the script.
Not having any particular direction, they wandered about the fair, engaging in a few of the attractions, and in the process uncovering a plot. A mysterious figure was caught creating havoc by the giant dragonfly rides and was revealed to be a Kenku warlock whose patron Zabilna had recently gone quiet. By some strange coincidence, this same patron had been mentioned to each of these fellows along their way to the What is this? A mid-narrative retcon? Who writes this? Hey, stop with the editorials. Just read the script. Whatever. And not only had Zabilna been mentioned to each of these 4 adventurers, she had also until recently been the chief supporter of this mystical fair before being mysteriously supplanted by a supposed coven of hags. Oh gee, another totally organic and completely natural connection. I wonder where this could possibly lead to. Last warning, pal. Keep them comments to yourself. After their rudimentary attempts to infiltrate the staff area returned back, the 4 adventurers went to the big top to attempt to sneak into the staff area during the main show. While all the fairgoers were distracted by the show, the 4 adventurers snuck out the back way and into the connecting storage tent and disguised themselves as performers through various means with What? Now we're actually mentioning the names? Hey! I warned you! Oh! Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. The cat fellow, he looks like the bugbear. The adventure people's about to get caught by the owners of the fair. This fellow here is, he's going on sabbatical. He'll be back next time. Okay, Dungeon Masters fella, take it away.
I love it. Dang.
So that was
I
how
didn't
we
know
were going.
Gavi-
That was how we were going to explain Gavi not being here.
I didn't know Gavi had all this talent wrapped up.
I still don't.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, interesting night.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
I forgot about
got a
the.
little bit further in the carnival.
I forgot about the witches.
Hags,
Sure.
Hags, witches.
not the same thing.
I know, but in our world, they can be synonyms.
Cinnamon.
That reminds me, I'm hungry.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, turns out we are the worst, and we're done. See you guys in 2 weeks. Bye,
We are
everybody.
So done.
Yeah.